Hi, Mel here, and I recently had the opportunity to visit the Mourjan Business Class Lounge at the Hamad International Airport in Doha. Doha was the last stop of my trip to the United Arab Emirates and Qatar. I had heard so many wonderful things about this lounge, so when it came time to fly back home, I planned an early start to my day so that I could have enough time to really experience it. Did I love it as much as I expected? Or did the Mourjan Business Lounge fail to live up to the hype? I hope you'll stick with me today to find out. To ensure I would have enough time to really explore and enjoy the lounge, I headed off to the airport more than 4 hours before my flight. I was flying Qatar QSuites out of Hamad International Airport, so I had the Uber drop me off at Qatar Airlines' business class entrance. I thought the airport was really beautiful. There's a lot of marble and other high-end materials, high ceilings, and plenty of light, and everything seems exceptionally clean. I'm not at all surprised that Doha's Hamad Airport was named the world's best airport for 2024 by Skytrax. Check-in was fast and smooth. I then made my way through security. Took the escalator down, and made my way to the central foyer of the airport. You know you've reached the right place when you suddenly see the huge 20-ton, 23-foot yellow teddy bear with its head stuck inside an enormous lamp. The bright yellow lamp bear was created by Swiss artist Urs Fischer and is owned by the Qatari royal family. It's reportedly worth $7 million, which seems crazy to me. There are 6 different lounges in this part of the airport, but I was interested in the Mourjan Business Class Lounge, which can be found to the left of the bear. The escalator that's behind the bear is for the Al Maha Lounge, so when you see that, take a left. Then wind your way past Harrod's Tea Room, and you'll see signs pointing you in the right direction. There's an agent at the bottom of the escalator who checks to see if you're eligible to visit the lounge. To gain access, you must have a regular business class ticket, not a business-like ticket, on Qatar Airways or another oneworld carrier. Access is based on your original ticket, so if you have upgraded from economy to business after your initial ticket purchase, you likely won't be able to visit. With that being said, though, there are reports that some people with Q credit upgraded tickets have been allowed in, so it's always worth checking just in case. If you're flying with a business light or economy ticket on Qatar or another oneworld airline, you are allowed to purchase access to the lounge. From recent reports, though, the price is around $120, so you'll have to decide whether it's worth that much to you. As I rounded the corner and entered the central atrium of the lounge, I was immediately impressed. There's a large silver sculpture you can't miss. And behind that, a large rectangular water feature that I absolutely loved. The play of light on the water is beautiful, and integrating a natural element into the space makes the lounge feel more peaceful and airy. There's also a beautiful winding staircase and an enormous crystal chandelier that add elegance to the space. The staircase leads up to the lounge's main restaurant. I was hungry when I arrived, so I decided to eat first and explore later. To get to the main restaurant, I headed up the stairs. I was greeted at the top by a host who took me to my table and explained that I could order from a menu and also help myself to several self-serve food stations. I scanned the QR code and took a look at the menu. The breakfast options were an assortment of different egg dishes, plus French toast. But if you're there later in the day, the lunch and dinner menu offers a lot more variety. There are also both non-alcoholic and alcoholic drink options. I ordered an omelet and a cappuccino and then went off to check out the self-serve food stations. I was very impressed with the variety of dishes. Everything looked good, but I knew I was already getting an omelet and would also be eating breakfast again on my flight, so I limited myself to the yogurt with berries and the muesli with fresh fruit. There was also a bar in the back of the room offering many types of fresh juice, coffee drinks, and champagne, but since I'd already ordered a cappuccino, I was already set. When I got back to my table, I saw the waiter had already delivered my cappuccino with honey and a wet towel for my hands. I started eating my yogurt and muesli and was happy with both. About the time I finished, my omelet arrived. It came with a tomato and wedge-cut potatoes. I thought this course was even better than my earlier selections. Since I still had my luggage with me, I took the elevator to the main level rather than taking the stairs back down. I heard there was another more casual restaurant called the Global Deli that I wanted to check out. The restaurant in which I had dined is at one end of the lounge, and the more casual deli is at the other end. The lounge itself is one of the biggest lounges in the world with over 10,000 square meters of floor space, so it took me a few minutes to walk the entire length of the lounge. Automatic doors opened, and as I entered, I was surprised to find this space more crowded than where I had eaten. While the vaulted ceilings and touches of greenery were nice, I personally didn't like the atmosphere here as much as the other restaurant. There are 2 to 4 person tables, as well as communal dining at high-top tables. All along the right side wall were the food options. It looked like mostly cold options, as well as made-to-order sandwiches. There are also cold drink options, and a separate station with coffee, cereal, bread, and juice. Additionally, one can order a la carte items from a menu. I think the space operates more like a deli later in the day, offering options like sandwiches and salads. I headed back out to the central atrium, which is where the bulk of the seating options can be found. I thought the atrium used natural materials and elements to good effect. Running through the atrium is a raised platform with glass walls that plays host to various seating areas. Let's go up to get a closer look. So many different options. There are plenty of side tables, lamps, and places to charge your devices too. And many of the seating areas have beverage stations offering coffee, water, and other cold drinks. There are also seating areas that run along the sides of the lounge, next to the walls. And again, there are always places to charge your devices, and beverage stations offering both hot and cold drinks. My favorite spot was actually at the far end of the lounge, near the staircase and water feature. First, the water feature is even more beautiful from this angle. Second, the seats in this part of the lounge provide sunlight, as well as some great views onto the tarmac. As expected, there are several beverage stations in this area too. You can get something cold to drink, make yourself a coffee, have some juice, or even try a pastry. If the vastness of the atrium space isn't to your liking, there's another seating area that's actually in a separate room to the side. After entering through the glass doors, I immediately noticed that the floor-to-ceiling windows in this room provide a brighter setting than many sections of the lounge. As is the case throughout the lounge, self-serve beverage stations can be found in multiple locations. If you prefer reclining and possibly getting some sleep, there are options for that as well. If you head to the back of the room we were just looking at, you'll find pods equipped with reclining chairs. First, there are larger spaces that can accommodate 2 people. They feature 2 recliners, each with their own table, offering charging capability and a lamp. There's also a place to hang your jacket. Staff are happy to provide blankets if you need one. If you have trouble finding a spot, keep heading back because there's another section with smaller pods that seemed much emptier when I was there. And if it's even full back there, you might be able to find an available recliner in the main area of the lounge. These pods are to the right of the lounge entrance. All of these options are available to anyone who can find an open space, and you can stay for as long as you want. There's also a more official quiet area that you can use for up to 6 hours. They are available on a first-come, first-served basis, and to get one, you need to sign in with an agent. These rooms are much nicer and more peaceful than the pods with recliners. Each space is equipped with a long leather couch, a chair, side tables, a television, and a place to hang your things. I can confirm that the couch was cozy and that the space was quiet and peaceful. Near the official quiet area, you can also sign up for a shower. During peak times, they're often full, so put your name in early if it's important to you. The shower rooms are rather small and tend to get humid quickly. But if you can be quick, the diptyque amenities are nice, and there's nothing more rejuvenating than a shower during a long layover. If you can't book a shower, the bathrooms are actually quite nice and provide amenities for freshening up. There's diptyque hand wash and lotion, but you can also ask the staff for other amenities. And in the bathroom I visited, there were dental kits available right on the counter. The toilet stalls were clean, and I'm always happy when I have enough room to easily bring my luggage in with me. Traveling with children can be difficult, so I was really happy to see an area of the lounge designed just for families. Follow the signs, and on your left you'll find the kids' playroom. It was a bit sparse, but at least it was clean and bright. Across the way is a game room for older kids, complete with video games and a foosball table. But the best part of the family area is further back. Here you'll find a great space to stretch out and get some rest. The pods are impressively large and provide a long leather couch and 3 leather chairs. Each also comes equipped with a departure board, so you can keep an eye on your upcoming flight. So grab a cold drink and relax. Before I knew it, my time in the Mourjan Business Lounge was over, and I had to head out to catch my flight. I recently did a video reviewing that flight in Qatar QSuites, so if you're interested in seeing that, I'll put a link in the description below. But what did I think of the lounge? Did I love it as much as I expected? And did it live up to the hype? I would say that overall, this was an amazing lounge. I absolutely loved the design, the integration of natural elements, and especially the water feature. The food was really good, the service was quick, and I always appreciate a lounge that offers a la carte dining service. I was also impressed by the number of seating and resting areas scattered throughout the lounge. As I already mentioned, I also really loved the family area. And the enormous size of the lounge is certainly impressive. I'm not sure if it's the largest lounge in the world as I've heard reported, but I wouldn't be surprised. But while the large size is impressive, I also found it to be a negative in some ways. First, it made some things less convenient, like trekking between a resting pod and the bathrooms. And if the water feature is in between, you have to circle all the way around it to get where you need to go. Also, if you only have a short time in the lounge, the large space could make it more difficult to get in and out efficiently. It takes some time to figure out where everything is. But honestly, that's about the only negative I can come up with. And if the only negative is that the lounge is too large, I guess that speaks for itself. If you enjoyed this lounge tour and review, let me know in the comments. And if you've had a chance to try it yourself, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Did you think it was too big? Also, if you enjoy content like this, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Until next time, happy travels.